Yellow, yellow, Kamala like strange bedfellows. Blue, blue, only Kamala love you. Red, red, PNM till I dead. But I don't want to dead tonight, so God spare life. When you love your family, it shows. When you love your community, it shows. When you love your country, it shows. And when you love rum, it shows too. But not tonight, ladies and gentlemen, not tonight. Maybe later, but not tonight. You see, fowls cluck, ducks quack, cows moo, and the UNC will yap. But in Arima, PNM, PNM, PNM. Tonight we're going to talk about a place that I love. A place that I was born in the Arima Hospital. And thanks to the PNM government, we have a maternity clinic in the PNM Hospital in Arima. And I just want to say, I will not be using it, I promise. Well, I'll check all again in a year. Arima Borough. Dabity O'Mara, 5/7 of the 7 seats. Arima Central, Malabar North, Malabar South, Tumpuna. All people I respect and admire. Arima West O'Mara. But I cannot forget my friends in Arima. Calvary, I love you bad. Arima Northeast, I love you too. You see, we Arimians understand communities matter. We get local government, you know, because 137 years ago, only four men decided to write to the Queen and ask for Arima to become the Royal Chartered Borough. And to this day, Laurel Lazama Leasing will tell you, it is the only Royal Chartered Borough in the Western Hemisphere. The Grand Duchess of the People's National Movement, Miss Joan Yule Williams. The woman who inspires us all, Lady Vice Chair Camille Robinson Regis. My deputy political leader, my senior, and the woman who said if you want to start it right, start with great is the PNM, Dr. Nian Gadsby Dolly. Officers of the movement, His Worship the Mayor. We all understand that communities matter. Communities play an important role in every aspect of our lives. We build communities in our friends, our families, even in our jobs, our neighborhoods. Having a sense of community unites us. Being part of the Arimian community can make us feel as though we are part of something greater than ourselves. You ever met an Arimian? First things first, they love to say, well, I'm an Arimian. Because we are proud. We're very proud of our status. The evolution of any community to borough status and eventually city status is impactful on any community and its burgesses. You know why I like local government? You know why I want local government reform to become real? No longer decisions will filter down. They will be made in the brand new town hall, thanks to the last council and under the Mayor Cagney Casimir. As a former councillor, former deputy mayor, former mayor, I can tell you, your burgesses know you. You're not just a face on TV. They stand behind you in the line and extra foods. They're in the velodrome for Soca Parang. Sunday lunch by Sensational Sammy. We Arimians know how to lime together, pray together, party together. On August the 14th, we will vote PNM together. You see, our local government reps are our front line. They deliver the services to our towns. It is the councillor who shows up first when disaster hits. It is the councillor that holds your hand in the funeral. It is the councillor who is there when your home is flooded. And in our community in particular, local government is a real employer too. So why wouldn't they support reform? More jobs, more opportunities. So many new things can be created. We need to send a strong message to them. Make local government reform real. Every single day, in 100 different ways, local government builds our communities, strengthens our sense of civic identity, and adds to the heart of soul of our nation. Our councillors are the ones, as Councillor Ramcharan said, they showed up in the pandemic. They made sure we were okay. Whether they delivered masks or hampers, they came and they served. Whenever there's natural disaster, the councillor is there first. None of this work is easy, you know. It's not glamorous. It's not high profile. It's not flashy. It's not attention grabbing. Then nobody's going to thank you, but they need you. And how we can thank them is by giving them the support that they need. Because we need to keep our streets clean, our drains unclogged, garbage must be collected, our civic spaces must be sanitized. No glitz, no glamour. And that is what you get when you vote for your PNM candidates. You're getting the opportunity to make reform real. I was in this past council. I was once part of it. Many community projects were delivered, but so much more could and should have been done. From roads to drains to retaining walls to play parks. And yes, I heard about schools, but I could tell you every morning, despite what some people may say, Dr. Dolly does not get any beauty sleep. From 4 a.m., every morning the messages come in and she has to respond. So I think we both would enjoy if that is sent to local government. I also would like to say today was my morning and I didn't take it, and I would like to apologize to Dr. Dolly here. Thank you. She took the early morning shift. I'm proud to be a former member of local government and equally proud to be a member of a central government that consulted, that engaged directly with local government. I was even privileged to serve on the Joint Select for Local Government Reform. Because you see, when MPs come to Parliament to talk about resources, service delivery, shared responsibilities, it is essential that our local government representatives is included in that conversation. I am local government. Kennedy Richards is local government. Roger Monroe is local government. Simon De Nobrega is local government. Penny Beckles is local government. Faris Alwari is local government. To the PNM local government matters. I am here today because the PNM believes in local government. That is why central government made Superior and Diego Martin boroughs. And one day, I'm prophesying right here in this hall tonight, it will be a PNM government that will give Arima city status. Councillors, your work will be more important than before. And the cooperation between central and local government will be a necessity more than ever. We have to boost the powers and resources of local government. We are putting them in the center of decision making. There are two particular areas I need you to note. One, the role of infrastructure. We need to build more livable, sustainable developments. We need to provide better facilities. The chairman of infrastructure in this new council will be a person of great importance. And two, acknowledge the work that is being done by the local councils to combat natural disasters. I said it before, they are there first. I believe the future livability, sustainability, and productivity of our borough is now the key responsibility of local government. The PNM believes that the role of local government is to assist our regions develop and grow. An empowered local government will transform this nation. We want to bring a new certainty, transparency, vigor. We want to take all the frustrating, petty, short-term politics. When you have 3 years, by the time you turn so and turn so, election come back again. That 1 year will make a tremendous difference in the political career of a councillor. Local government will now recommend projects based on 3 key criteria. Is it a benefit to our local economy? Is it a benefit to our local community? And does it enhance the capacity of our local productivity? And honestly, how it affects you. Because local government is personal. That is why it is important. I take local government personally because I know I am affected, and if I am affected, my family is affected. And if my family is affected, my community is affected. And if my community is affected, my nation is affected. So support local government reform now. When all the experts in the corporation recommend a project, we know them, the town engineer, the town superintendent, the building inspector. I want them to act as an engaged and honest broker, bringing together not just local construction companies, not just local laborers, not just local craftsmen or local specialists. I want them to get long-term investors, invest in our community, invest in our town. And we cannot stop there. We need to build Arima. We need to make it a city. We need to make it a city by 2030. Take a comprehensive look at our town. Do the urban planning. Look at the land supply, the right use of public spaces, and you cannot forget the environment. Take the pressure off our cars, repair and renew as needed. We needed to move away from the old model where central government decided the priority, when locally we know what we really need. Let's think about how we'll create incentives for businesses to base themselves in our growing borough. Let us see how we can expand Arima, not just by physical buildings, but expand our hearts, our soul, our minds, because Arima is more than a place. Arima is a feeling. Arima is a place that we love and a place that we all belong. Local government is about sustainability, and we need to sustain our town. We support renewable energy, strong environmental planning, rehabilitate our waterways. Too long we have been playing cat and mouse. It's time to fix it. And if we're going to tackle these challenges, we're going to unlock our cities, link all our regions, and deliver the competitive, productive infrastructure that local government needs. Now, everybody loves their tongue. I know Dr. Dolly loves sour. And I can't tell you how many times a day Mrs. Robinson-Regis mentions Aruka Maloney. And Dabidi O'Mara, I love you bad. But when it comes to Arima, it is a state of mind. And we can become the place we want to be because we will have a strong partnership with central government. But most importantly, we can take care of ourselves. When we face natural disaster, the floods don't recede when the cameras go home. When people in their safe, dry spaces, we know recovery is complicated and expensive. This is why property tax is so important, so we could invest in protecting our communities. And that is where it is, they will say, ask the tax, but do not forget, each and every one of them have some massive house somewhere abroad that they pay in tax for. Mankind has always strove to connect. We all want to be part of a strong, developing community. We all want to be a group of people who help, encourage, and push one another. But what makes a borough strong, what makes a city great, is having one common goal. A strong borough will grow and develop if we vote for local government reform. Now, I said no bacchanal tonight because I feel very passionately about local government reform. I really want reform to become real. I want councillors to have the autonomy to serve to the best of their ability. But I'm also a woman, a wife, and a mother. So woman to woman, I want to ask, how, Kamala, how can you comfortably accommodate men who vilify, berate, disregard, disrespect, sully, belittle, bully, verbally, and emotionally, I didn't say physically, abuse other women? How? How is it? Do you feel knowing your political daughters crying, Kamala? They must cry. We know what those men did to them. We saw it. We got the pictures. It went here, there, and everywhere. Woman to woman, when are you going to stand up for the women? Woman to woman, how could you embrace someone who call you lazy, pathetic, shallow, and corrupt? How? How can you choose to accommodate a threesome, knowing that in a threesome, one person will always be left out? All these men had the world a dirtiness to say about Kamala and her political daughters. I know if it were me, I'd be crying all over. Oh wait, somebody is crying all over Facebook. To banker for so, how could you? You're supposed to protect your girl children. Dolly younger than me, but she's look out for me. And Lord knows, Camille Robinson Regis, you take very good care of me and mine. Miss Joan Yule Williams, I know you wouldn't let something like that happen to me. Yet, because of political desperation, because of a desire to be relevant, you take two colors that don't look good together, blue and yellow, just trying to beat the red. You welcome them back into the fold. Protect your political daughters, Kamala. Desperation is never a good look on a woman. Tonight, I would like to offer free of charge, to the opposition leader, the permanent opposition leader of Trinidad and Tobago. Now, this advice is not from Nelson Mandela. This advice is from a very handsome man. And some of you know him very well, Doctor. Not so long ago, my Prime Minister, your Prime Minister, and the leader of the People's National Movement, Dr. the Honorable Keith Christopher Rowley, gave us some very good advice. And I would like to share it with Kamala tonight. Kamala, choose your men wisely. I know I chose mine well. Look at the caliber of the PNM men. There's no comparison. So I wanted to say it in Spanish so the human trafficker on the UNC side could understand. But I will stick to English and I will say, great is the PNM! Great is the PNM! Great is the PNM! And we shall